in the summer.
Sisters and cousins start looking good.
Although North Carolina does have some pretty nice go-karts. South Carolina, they're not really looking at that. They're a little busy. A little busy up their sister's dress.
Too much on their plate.
It's incest time of the year.
Anyways, tag in.
Tag in.
We are live on Hot Tag Takes. I'm John Brecco here with my co-host Mitch Lane. This is Matthew. He is going to do a show on Hamilton Radio. I was told it will be from 4 to 6 p.m. It will be about food. I enjoyed it because I'm fat. Matthew, we just met, but I like this man. I had a
John,
great conversation with this man before the show. What is it, Ruben?
That wasn't 4 to 6. It was 4 or 6.
I'm doing a 2-hour
I don't
show
give a fuck
about McDonald's fries. Please
You got to get your contractions
Wait, so
straight.
so 446? That's fucking.
It's not the Wendy's menu, John.
Oh, you thought I was going for that 4 for 4. That's what this was. Oh, holy shit.
2-hour show.
Yeah, this is going to be a good show. I like where this is going.
Yeah, nice.
No, but we had a really good conversation. He told me he used to be a food writer. A lot of shit went down, unfortunately. Yeah. But tell me about some of the stuff that you're going to bring on this show, because I'm probably not going to be able to see it unless it's on YouTube. So I want you to talk to me a little bit about the show before we start making AA jokes, because I know exactly where the show is going to go. Before I look like an AA hole.
No,
I am such a piece of shit. I hate myself.
It's I mean, have you ever heard of Carl Ruiz? He was on Food Network. He was the goofy Cuban chef. He was
yeah.
Guy Fieri's best friend, basically. He was a Cuban guy. So I used to listen to him when he went on Opie and Anthony shows, intern on for not long, and I love food so much because I grew up with it. And when you talk to people, you can tell, like, do they really like food, or do they just like going to Taco Bell real quick? And because
Please.
So when he talked about food, it was so. He would not just be funny. He would not just be cool, but he would, like, teach you things. Like, he taught me so much about food, not just cooking, but just, like, the backgrounds and how you should vent out and go to different places.
Yeah.
If you're going to a high-end place, you're not going to get the best food. The best food is a crappy little place. No, I don't even mean to say crappy, but like a hole in the wall where they can't understand you and you can't understand them.
Right.
And you'll get the best Middle Eastern food, Mexican food, Cuban food. You'll get the best stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
at the best price, too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'll get 8 tacos for like $3.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Fucking awesome.
But there's so many things you can do that with, though. Whether, it's tacos like you mentioned, or Middle Eastern food, or Mexican food, or even just burgers in general.
Yeah.
One of the best places I probably went to in Jersey City back when I was going to school there, it was this place called Park Tavern, and they had the best burgers that I've probably ever had. And the place with the best pizza, if you ever go there, go to Prince of Pizza.
Prince of Pizza.
They got a little 99-cent pizza shop, which is great. Great for college kids.
Yes.
Let me just say that it's 99-cent pizza. You will never get that anywhere. Especially fucking slice nowadays is like $17.50.
There's no way it's 99 cents now. Still?
It might still be around. I don't fucking know.
This
was 2017.
They charge dollar slices.
This was 2017.
Does this Prince of Pizza place have a lot of Prince of Pizza? Like, you know how like pizza
It
places
has
have
a lot of good
pictures on the
fucking
wall?
pizza, Mitch. Stop thinking about it.
Every time you go into a pizzeria, you ever notice how it's just pictures of pizza and on the wall? It's just endless. Like, you're here for one thing and one thing only.
I'm looking at the actual pizza if I'm here for one thing only, not the pictures on the wall. I can't eat the pictures.
But it's funny because it's like they're making up for not having.
I'm
family,
so fat. I
but just the
probably
pizza.
tried.
Whatever.
See, that's why I like is
flying.
talking about food, learning the stuff, going out, because I've traveled the whole country except for Alaska and Hawaii, and I would literally go to any new restaurant I've never been to, sit down and just talk to the workers, talk to the owners, try to get inspired, just listen to them talk, and they would curse like in a nice way. Like, I fucking opened this place because I fucking love it. I wanted to do something with my family, and like I love people's story, because you learn a lot about when you go to, especially like I said, those hole in the walls. You learn a lot about someone's culture those food, because that's their struggle food. That's what they made. That's what they ate. That's what they know. Just like my grandparents that came from Italy.
Like it's been their whole life basically.
So you're tasting that, you're feeling it, you're seeing it, and I love doing that. I love that about cultures
Nice.
and people and their food. So like hearing the stories, like hearing stories from chefs. I've talked to so many. They're fucking funny. They're miserable, but they're the funniest fucking people you ever talk to. Their stories are great. Their sense of humor is so dark and awesome. So they don't like restrict what they say. I love that stuff. I love like real.
they keep
like
it
Anthony
real.
Bourdain is my favorite chef I've ever heard talk over all the other guys. I love his realness, his rebellion, or his rebellious attitude, how he didn't sugarcoat it. He was so open to hearing people, and like he knew everyone
That's
loved
awesome.
him. So that's why I want to do on my show. Just have people to talk to, like talk about food, test a lot of stuff. You know, I'm new to the area, so I want to
Yeah.
try all the new food around
Did
here.
you go to culinary school?
No, I was trained by my uncle, who's a big chef, my great grandmother, and I self-taught myself. I was fascinated by reading books, going online, seeing videos, and I just cooked. Like that's all I learned. I was never trained, but like I said, just learning. through
Self-taught.
Yeah,
people.
just doing it.
Yeah.
I got
So you won't catch me in a kitchen, a real kitchen, but I know what I'm doing for the most part. But I love learning. I love saying I'm a student of food, not a teacher, because yes, I do have knowledge, but to pretend I know a lot, I'd be lying. Like I know,
Yeah.
I know a little about a lot.
Not a lot
about
compared to a lot of the chefs.
If I was
that
a
you
student
talk
of
to.
food, I would be failing all my classes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I know a lot of the history of. A lot
I'd
of
be passing the eating part.
yeah.
That's about it.
food. A plus.
I was gonna say, I could put that shit down. I'll ace that every time.
Yeah.
Hundreds across the board. Give me whatever the fuck you got. I'm putting
Yeah.
it down.
Would you ever open up a restaurant?
No, because I've seen the stress and I've seen. I'd say honestly, I'm not. I don't know if the smart's the best word. Maybe I'm too dumb, but like I don't have the patience. I don't have the managing
lot.
skills. Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
too much. No.
And if you do so bad, you're going to be on Kitchen Nightmares, and
That's-
that's just the worst
Nah,
fate.
yeah.
Worse fate than
Yeah.
death.
That's not how you want to meet Gordon Ramsay.
yeah, I don't want that asshole coming.
I saw the episode of Hot Ones. That
wanna
is
meet him
much
through
rather
Twitter,
how
where
I
he
meet
can't hurt
Gordon
me.
Ramsay. Not through Kitchen Nightmares.
Hot one's awesome, but I could probably only handle like 4 of those sauces. I thought about it. 'Cause
Four
I
of
did
them?
get that kit. I can't handle spice because I like
Really?
spices that complement my food. I don't like the over the top fucking crazy ones where your asshole is burning within like 5 minutes after.
They
I
don't
Oh,
like
the
seem-
not fun ones.
No,
don't
it's not
seem-
fun.
They just make them.
They don't
just for the
seem
sake of
really
pain.
bad. They don't seem really bad until you get to the bomb. What's
I
that?
don't want
It's like that.
PTSD
It's like
from
that
this
third to last one that they have.
It's just like
like-
that whole culture of hot saucery is like it's just crazy because sometimes I went to a hot sauce shop and they just said like I asked them what's your hottest stuff and it's just this little black bottle.
Oh,
and
that's
it's like,
what is that? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yo, remember
And I asked him,
the
is it flavorful? And he's like,
No.
no. He's like, no, it's just pain. And I was
Without a
like,
beat,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
fun. That's what I'm saying. I don't like.
Remember?
No.
Remember?
I don't know who wants that.
Remember when we used to work together and we would talk about going to Bubba's?
I
I went with David.
Really?
I went.
What's
It was actually
Bubba's?
really.
What's Bubba's?
It's a restaurant by where I work. It's in the same complex, and I've used to talk to a bunch of coworkers about going there because I'm like a place that's named Bubba's just sounds sketchy as shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we
Sounds like
should
a
go.
guy you meet around the corner.
In prison.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I was over here like, we should go one time. That's fucking stupid. Catch somebody in there dropping the soap.
Fucking
Oh
Bubba's.
my god.
Is it
But-
good though? Is
No,
Bubba's-
it was actually really fucking good.
What do they have?
I got wings in this like
Bubba Burgers.
It was a hot sauce, but it was like kind of like a raspberry type of thing.
A
And it was-
raspberry hot sauce.
Yeah, it was
I like that.
really good.
Oh, shit,
Like,
that sounds fucking
it had,
awesome.
it
That
had,
I like.
See,
That
it
sounds
had
fucking
really
delicious.
good sweetness. It had really good spice, and you could tell like it was hot, but it's not like a spice where they're trying to kill somebody.
That's the spice. See, that's the spice
Yeah.
I like. I don't like a lot of my Mexican friends. They make fun of me, but it's like while they're chomping down the hottest sauce, and it doesn't even look fun.
Some people just
they're
can.
sweating. They're eating with their tacos with like napkins on their face, and I'm enjoying my tacos.
You're burning the calories off while you're
Yeah, it's
eating. Why the
stupid.
fuck would you do
Why
that?
do you need
Yeah.
that much spice? Yeah, so I don't get that. Like I like spice, but it has to complement my food. I like that little burn because I was beat as a kid, so I have that little craziness.
Yeah, have a
So,
little bit.
But
little
the
bit.
spice they do is just my friends they just gorge. I just don't get it. I don't get
See,
the whole.
Plop it on.
I
gotcha.
don't like doing it all the time, but I do like doing it to like, hey, let me see how I do with this. Like I have that I get curious with that.
Food is
Body
like painting or like drawing a picture. I would say
I get
only
cu-
because like so if you guys are just putting hot sauce on there, those are the guys that it's like whatever they don't care. It's just blah.
I get on
Here's one
edge.
color.
Yeah, because I don't
I
like
get-
ketchup. So
I get
Yeah.
curious to know how much this food can make me look like a bitch. Yo, either you know who Charlie Classic is?
no.
So I forget what challenge he did.
That helps.
It was.
It's ironic that
Let's
a
just-
guy named Charlie Classic.
You
I
guys
have
remember
no
this?
clue who
I
he
have
is.
no idea what he did.
Yeah.
Let's just say it was the one chip challenge. I know that.
Okay.
Oh no, it was Ghost
fuck
Pepper
that.
challenge.
Oh,
Ghost Pepper
fuck that
challenge.
again. Nope.
And he took down one of them, and this guy was red immediately, just making faces. Dude was on camera. It's like Satan wiped his dick on my fucking tongue. Then he ate another one.
Sexy and hot.
Right? Then he ate another one. I can literally feel my asshole screaming for mercy.
Yeah. See, well, what's the point?
The dude owns a strip club, so he ate it with a stripper, which sounds pretty fun.
He ate out a stripper.
No, he did on his tongue to
the
get off
ghost
the
pepper with
gonorrhea.
the stripper.
Yikes.
just melted before it gets into
He's
his
like, "Whoom,
digestive
whoom, whoom."
tract.
See, no one can explain why that's fun. I guess that's people who just like torture, BDSM, or whatever that.
Not
shit
gonna
is.
lie, guys. A little sriracha when I'm going down on a lady. A little
Love-
sriracha. Just put. Oh. Ooh, spicy.
You're burning off
Although-
your abs.
Although I feel like if you're doing it right, the sauce would get soggy. That's the only thing. The only drawback.
Ew. What? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Look at.
If you're eating pussy right, the sauce will get soggy. Stop eating dry pussy. That means it's not working. You're doing something wrong.
Oh, if he gets in the asshole.
Wendy,
though.
I am so sorry
What
for
if he
your
gets in the
loss.
asshole?
Stop. Jesus Christ, you monster.
Oh my god.
All right, it's done. We're done. What are we
Anyways,
talking about?
How'd we
were-
get on fucking
What were you
hot
saying?
sauce pussy?
Sriracha. Sriracha. That's how we got onto it. We talk about hot sauce.
Oh, that's great.
The best brand.
Oh my god. All right. So I do know when we were talking about, the food show and just food in general.
Yeah.
I know the topic of alcohol came up.
Yeah.
And, what came up with me was an experience that I had on this show when it was literally just a few episodes in. I'd been doing it for a couple months at the most.
Yeah.
Probably less than that. And what I used to do was I would bring different food ideas onto the show, and I would eat them. And if I didn't have a food idea, I'd bring a drink idea. So,
I like it.
one day it was Sour Patch Exploders and 2 Reese's on top of them just to see how it went.
Fattest
Some
thing
random
I've ever heard. Sorry.
Random fucking munchy food,
Okay, I get it.
And, the next week it would be, Code Red Mountain Dew, put some pineapple rum in there. Ooh. It's actually really good. You
Yeah, I
should
was
try.
gonna say.
Sounds good.
Some Bacardi Dragonberry and some Blue Gatorade. Why not? Throw it
Yeah.
in there. And eventually,
Chocolate.
I
chip
don't know
and chocolate
who complained.
Oreos and ketchup.
You're a fucking idiot.
I hate him. Kick him off.
You're ridiculous. You just everything. That's what you would have done. Just everything in ketchup.
I knew a guy that did
You
that.
would have ruined my show.
No,
back
no, I
then.
knew a guy like
Just
that.
hurt my
I hate
stomach.
ketchup.
It just
I
hurt
think
my
ketchup
stomach.
is so overrated. I hate ketchup.
I don't hate it, but it's not. It's nothing special.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like they go good.
I
With,
hate it.
Like they go good with fries because I'm not eating dry potatoes. Like it's there.
Wait, I want to hear what happened. I'm so intrigued with the alcohol thing.
No, just a bunch of people got offended, and because the show was so new, I was like, you know what? Let me not stir everything up too quickly. And I even said it back there. I was like, if somebody got offended now, I wouldn't have even given a fuck because I've been doing this show for so long.
Yeah.
So
Because that's what I'm saying. Because that's what happened to me in North Carolina. Like I didn't back down. Like
Right.
with your situation, like I said, I would absolutely tell them to eat a dick because
Yeah.
their situation, what they went through, does not dictate what someone else's life's about. Like
Yeah.
there's no reason. I get if it's your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever. That like, yeah, could you please not drink? I'm going through a rough time. I get it. Don't talk about it. I get, but
Right.
someone's choosing to listen to you. they're choosing to be offended, and when they can just turn it off or not listen or not care. Because me talking about alcohol or me talking about food is not going to make someone just go out and go take a drink. Which, yeah, even if they do it, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I'm not
Your choice.
Your choice does not dictate how I go about my life.
Yeah.
Like I have zero care. So if someone for the show I do, no, I'm absolutely going to have, I want wine sponsors, beer sponsors of people I know, and I want them to try good drinks because it's a celebratory
sense.
thing through friends, through talking, because I'm European. That's how I grew up. Even when I was a kid, we would all have fun, joke around.
Yeah.
Have a little wine, Matt.
You wouldn't even eat the fucking food or drink, so what does it matter?
So for someone to get offended because it did affect their lives, and of course it's a real issue, alcoholism and drugs, but for them to try to dictate and get mad at you for talking about
That's like
I
anybody.
hope they pick it whatever I say or do.
That's like
'cause I
throwing
don't
a fuss
care.
when
You
you're
just
like standing
waiting
around
for it.
someone who's
Because I'll
like
never
smoking,
provoke.
like, a cigarette.
Provocation, I'm not going to do that. But it's like, I'm going to laugh and enjoy with the people and the people that want to hear it. If you don't want to hear it, you can literally turn it away and you'll never know about it.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a drink over it, please come by. And we'll
So
talk
what
about
we're
it.
trying to say for all you AA members, come here, we'll talk about it over a shot, and after 10 more, you can drive back home and feel fine. It's all good. No big deal.
Forget
Jesus
about it.
Christ.
Forget about it.
Anyways, I would like to transition to something that causes people to go to AA, and that is AC. Right?
Sure.
So,
Gambling
Anyways.
also, but yeah, alcohol.
I should have already.
I think it starts with gambling, and then you're losing, so then it goes to alcoholism.
I'm not a gambler because I know my luck with that. But we were going to AC. It was a bachelorette party thing. It was about a week and a half ago now. So we get over there, and I should have already known this was a bad sign because Abby tried to get a room at one of the hotels in AC, and she was wondering why it was, $400. And I'm like, you're trying to get it the night of. Like, what do you think the
Yeah,
hotel
that's
price
not
is going to
good.
be? She's like, maybe we could get a deal on it because they'd want to fill up the hotel. I'm like, you clearly don't know
No,
how hotels
God.
fucking work.
They'll always fill.
Especially
You have-
those places.
You have no fucking clue how hotels work if you think
You have
that.
to book months in advance. Especially
Yeah,
near
to
a
get
casino.
any type of deal on it, especially, in AC, which
I love
I had to
Tropicana.
explain
I'm a
to
big
her.
fan of the Tropicana.
We were in the Tropicana.
That one's fun.
Borgata.
And Borgata's fun too. I
love it.
We went to the Borgata later that night. The bachelorette party wanted a hotel hop, which I have no fucking clue why. It's a terrible idea in AC. But
Their money. Who cares?
it's not my It's not my bachelor party. So, the first thing I do is drop Abby off because the girls are going to the Sugar Factory. So
Sugar Factory.
I go around. You never been to the Sugar Factory? Wow,
No.
that surprises me actually.
What is it? That I
It's
can
it's
respond?
it's a drinking place.
Oh.
I've actually never been there either. So that is one place that I have to go. So I shouldn't even be judging this man. But I go to park after I drop Abby off, and I find a parking garage that's $10 up to 8 hours. I'm like, okay, we're not staying the night. It's
not bad.
So that's not too bad at all. So I park the car. I need cash for this guy because my card is not working. And I asked, do you have an ATM? I go to the ATM, get $20, and try to give it to him. And this fucker doesn't have change for me. I don't understand why. This is why sometimes I forget AC is the shittiest place on earth.
I hate cities.
Like, honestly, I'd rather hang out in Camden than go to AC. Holy fucking Christ. No, but I mean, if you're in the hotels in AC, that's different. If you're on the boardwalk, that's different. Anywhere else in AC, you would rather be in Camden. That
That's
is
what
one
it
of the
was built-
trashiest cities I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my
That's
life.
why they
gross.
built it on because it was low. It didn't cost much because it was in a bad area. AC.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They could build those for nothing. Yeah.
So, he's already got my cash in his hand, and he's like, maybe you could wait for the next guy. Maybe he'll have change. I'm like, nah. I grab my cash. I just walk the fuck off.
Yeah.
Leave my car there and everything,
Oh boy.
because I'm like, I'm not paying for this shit. So, I go to Tropicana. I go to Hooters. I do tell the groom what's going on, but after that, we start drinking. We stop giving a fuck about all of it, and I'm like, maybe I'll have to beat the dog shit out of somebody. I don't know. So, like I said, we start drinking. We're having fun. We're at Hooters, too. So,
Of course.
it's a decent time. You know, we have good food, we have good beer. It's gonna be fine for a little while. Mm-hmm. From there, you know, we walk on the boardwalk. We're walking to the Borgata because we're fucking retarded. You know, I take shots out of a guy's flask, smoke a little weed on the boardwalk. Everything's pretty good right now.
Fun party.
Yes.
You know, then we go to the Borgata. We go to one of the guys' rooms, and
He starts taking off his pants.
I was just gonna say it's getting really.
no. But we did
I told
walk
him,
into
"Hey, man,
we
all
did
right, I'm
walk
down."
into a room with a bunch of pink balloons decorated by the girls, and balloons that said "Batch that ass up." Couple of dick balloons.
So corny.
Although
Oh.
these were a bunch of weird
At a
white dudes,
bachelor
so a
party?
couple of them started playing with them.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, get the fuck away from me with your dick balloon. I just started kicking all the other balloons.
You just start kicking them.
You know, because I'm drunk, I'm high. Leave me the fuck alone and let me kick a balloon. All right? Mm-hmm. We're chilling in there for a half an hour. Some dude gave me his weed pen. I give in. I was intoxicated, so I started drinking White Claws. I'm not proud of it.
I'm surprised you
I did
remember
it.
all
I
this.
love those.
I do remember the whole night. I could drink a lot and still remember.
White Claws are good, though. So what happened next?
I was gonna say I like them.
They are. I like White Claws.
I can't do it.
Honestly, I only
feel-
like them when
I
it's
feel like
hot,
I'm losing a
that's it.
piece of my manhood when I drink a White Claw.
Really? It's just clear beer.
I was just gonna say yeah.
Nah, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Whatever.
More for
It's-
me.
Missing out, bro. You're not riding the wave like everybody else. White Claw.
It's like guys who try to get a pedicure. Like, I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I can't ride the wave.
Listen, if I had my gun, I would put it to your head to do it, but I don't.
Look, man. Give me a blue moon and let me live my life. You live yours.
I like blue
and
moon.
I'll just make fun of you to your
You
face
will have a
for
White Claw, and you will like it.
it. You're out of your mind. No, but you know, we're hanging over there for a half hour. I find out we're waiting for the girls. So
Strippers,
I see,
right?
No,
Oh.
bachelorette party was with us. You know, they just did our own things at first.
That would have been a cool crossover.
Yeah, right? Make it sound like it's a Marvel series. Jesus Christ. So, Abby gets back. Abby doesn't like it when, you know, I inhale smoke. Because she doesn't like the lung part. So,
Gotcha.
when she sees me with a weed pen, because I just strolled over casually with it because I wasn't thinking about it,
Right.
she was pissed.
Right.
So, you know, I spent walked over to Premiere and a little bit of time in Premiere, try to make her feel better. And I get her laughing.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, fuck, this is probably a good time to tell her about the car. I'm not going to find a better time. I'm not going to find a better time to tell her. I know that. Plus, this place was my first club experience, and I got in a fight here. So
Impeccable timing.
Right.
the fight is a story for another time, maybe in like another 10 minutes
Right.
after I'm finished telling this story. Probably less, because there's really not that much more. But, you know, she's pissed, and, you know, I'm the kind of drunk where all of my emotions, whatever I'm feeling, is turned up to 11. And I can admit
Really?
that.
I'm a goofy
So if I-
drunk. Yeah. I
so
can't-
if I'm happy, I'm happy.
yeah.
You know, but if I'm feeling another emotion, like, I feel that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm anxious. I'm upset because she's upset. And I think one of the bartenders could actually see it. He gave me some water for a little bit. Very nice guy.
Oh, nice.
You know, but soon after we end up closing our tab. And I'm going to tell you guys this because, you know, looking back, it was actually kind of pretty funny. So we walk out with somebody Abby started talking to and became friends with a little bit. Her name was Sophia. So she started venting about a guy that she was talking to Abby, right? You know, how he was just in a 5-year relationship. You know, she's been talking to him for a couple months and he wanted to wait. And my drunk ass is over here thinking like, oh my God, that's how me and Abby got together. And she's venting about it. And I'm looking back at Abby like, love me. Because I'm drunk. So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So I'm just back there like,
When the emotions.
yeah,
on
no,
scene.
and we get out of the car and we start looking for my car. And I thought we parked behind, we parked on the side. So we were looking for the car for over 2 hours.
Holy shit, dude.
Abby was not happy.
Yeah, dude.
There's an app for that.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
which I really can't blame her. I did that one.
Yeah, dude.
I take responsibility for that, especially because she told me to park in the Tropicana, which I don't remember. But, no point in really going round and round on that. Tomato.
Right.
But we do eventually find the car, and it does have a happy ending because nothing happened to it.
Great.
Because we tried to, in that time, we tried to call to see if it got impounded. It hadn't. Abby tried to call the non-emergency number for the cops, at 2 in the fucking morning, which we probably both should have thought that wasn't going to work. Especially in AC. Like, Jesus Christ.
We'll be in there in the
Probably
morning.
could have called 911 in AC and they still wouldn't have picked up.
Yeah, no
Too many
way.
things going on there.
Yeah.
But it's the weekend.
Shut up. But, after that, we do end up going home. Everything's good. And you know what? I actually did something smart while I was drunk. You want to hear the one smart thing I did drunk in 6 hours?
What was it?
So, I logged on to my Bank of America app, right? And I go see a transaction from the place I got an ATM from. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this place was pretty close to where we parked. And Abby didn't listen to me for a whole fucking hour because she was so upset.
Jesus Christ, dude. I mean,
So after an hour, she finally gave up and decided, you know what? Let me GPS this. Let's try it. And it led us back to the car. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, after that, the end, happily ever after, whatever the fuck happens. Until the next time I lose the car,
anticlimactic, but okay.
Well, a little bit because we didn't stay the night.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
Maybe if we stayed the night, it would have had.
That's fucking scary though. 2 hours walking around AC streets, like
losing a
I would
car?
not be able to. I would not be able to handle that shit, dude.
It's just not. It's not fun walking around with your girlfriend because a lot of people there are creeps.
Yeah.
And
You have to be really.
Yeah, there were
protective over
a
everything.
couple of times where Abby was like, please don't approach me.
Right.
And I start pulling her away, which she told me later she didn't like. But like, I'm reacting so I don't kill this man.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
what do you want me to
sometimes
do?
you have to not care if they're like, yeah, I don't like. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm reading this and
let's-
you're not.
Let's go
Yeah.
this way.
Let them die.
That's called instincts.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, let me avoid going to jail.
Yeah.
Because they're not.
'Cause there
She's
might-
not reading it like that. You're reading it
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna have to fight. You're not gonna do anything. I'm going to have to,
Yeah,
and I don't
I have
want
to
to right now. So it's
Let's avoid that situation.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we avoided my second fight in Premiere and 2 trips there.
Jesus Christ.
Did I tell you that story?
No.
When I fought that fat dude?
Oh. I think it did.
I'm calling him fat, so that should tell you something.
The guy barreled in. And I was like, hey, man, there's not enough room in here for you.
For both of us.
No, it was funny because, I was out there with a couple of friends. We were dancing. One of them wants to go get a drink, so I'm like, okay, I'll come with you because, guys in AC are creeps. We went over this. So there was this really fat guy. I tried to nudge my way through because he kind of took up a lot of space. And as I'm nudging through, I get through and I feel this shove on my arm. And again, instinct took over. I shoved him back. And it turned into a shoving match, which, turned into me taking him by the legs, a friend of mine jumping on his back, then telling me later how much,
got hot.
You should have just popped him.
No, how much that person helped me. I'm like, you got on his back and made him weigh more than he already did. What are you talking about? You helped me.
Gravity was
Somehow
never his
I
enemy.
lost my shoes.
Gravity was his friend.
I thought I was getting jumped by his boys, but it was really security, so I was swinging on them for a bit.
Oh, shit.
Then I heard somebody like, yo, it's over. And then finally I'm like, okay, I realize what's going on. So I'm getting dragged out by both arms by security over there trying to yell at somebody, yo, somebody get my fucking shoes.
Jesus Christ.
Then I'm sitting there, waiting for my friends to come out, waiting for my shoes. Luckily, we don't get arrested because it was a misunderstanding more than anything. But they were like, hey, you guys got to leave the casino. So that's when we ended up going to Golden Nugget.
What the fuck's Golden Nugget?
It's one of the casinos
That's one
down
of the
there.
casinos.
Oh
yeah.
shit! See, that's how long it's been since I've been there. I've been going to Borgata, and that's it.
That's
Oh,
it.
damn.
Yeah, I really don't go
Dude,
anywhere
He
else.
has
Hop
his
is
casino
fun.
of choice.
I've heard Golden Nugget is fun.
Golden Nugget is fun.
Hera-
I
the
literally
Harrah's fun.
thought you were gonna say like that's a chicken nugget place down in the Not
Best
even
nugget
joking.
I've ever had.
Golden Nuggets.
I literally said,
There's a
don't
gold
go anywhere
ingot
in AC
inside the
other than
chicken. It broke my
casinos.
tooth.
Yeah, that's really all I thought. I'm like, oh, we got food. Like, no.
Went to the Golden
In the
Nugget.
casino,
Blew up
maybe.
the Golden Nugget.
But I mean, it's not going to be anything, out of the ordinary in the casino. Let's be real.
Yeah, good point. Fucking AC.
Unfortunately.
Gotta love those free drinks. Gotta love those free
yeah.
drinks. The grasshoppers they make. Oh,
Grasshopper.
hopping.
What kind of fruity drink is this
What
shit?
the fuck is a grasshopper?
Grasshopper? Really? Well, I don't know. Do you guys like mint flavoring?
Yeah, I
guy.
do like what's that one?
Do you like chocolate chip mint? Do you
Oh
like?
God, no.
Okay. Then you wouldn't
Oh,
like.
No,
a
there's a certain
grasshopper.
drink I like
oh
that's
my
minty,
God,
but
Mitch,
one,
just drink a Guinness for God's sakes.
No
Drink
way,
a Guinness
bro.
and live.
No, because beer like makes me all bloated and shit. It's just bread liquefied. I'm all right.
like,
I don't need that.
Mint's when you brush. That's the only time I like. It's like even then I'm like, fuck this.
You
Like, I
guys
don't
are
like,
babies. Mint is delicious. Think about it. It's dessert.
That's what my
That
girlfriend
doesn't
likes.
make your breath smell bad, even though it does because it's dairy. What? But it's a minty.
Your
whatever.
breath smells like milk after an alcoholic beverage. Oh, that sounds like an awful combination. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, wine and whiskey. That's what I like. And
Good
tequila.
man.
So
I like gin. I love gin.
never got into gin.
Gin is good. I like gin. That's as much as I can say.
But see, I don't like mixed drinks. I like it straight. I don't
Mitch,
know.
you're the
Yeah,
youngest.
that's
You're the
right.
youngest one here. Do you still drink Jaeger?
Jaeger bombs.
I never
Fucking
got
Jaeger
the, I never got the
Jaeger
point of
bombs.
Jaeger, man.
No?
I mean, it's good. It
I
just
used to
it
love
tastes
it.
like black.
I used to
liquor.
love that in
Hard
college.
liquor as shit. Oh God, it's crazy.
I like an Irish car bomb. Those are fun. I think those are delicious.
What's in that again?
Vegas bomb is
It's
good too.
Guinness and then a shot of Bailey's, and then you shoot the
Oh,
Guinness
he's taking
in
notes.
the Bailey's. Yeah,
I didn't realize the term was. Whoops.
yeah it gets
Oh,
late.
my God.
Why, are
You-
you far from here?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
You want to know what's really nice, just to kind of chill out on? Some Tito's.
See, I hate vodka because it
No?
reminds me of rubbing alcohol.
Eh.
So whenever
I
I,
get that.
because I
I
used
don't
to
like vodka.
I did a lot of sports, so I would always smell it, and I'd hate the smell. So even as a kid, I was like,
What about Jameson?
No, I like whiskey.
What about him?
You like Jameson?
Yeah,
Good man.
I like whiskey bourbon. Yeah.
I was gonna
well,
say
Scotch. Sorry, Scotch is.
I was gonna say I really like Jameson. Have you ever tried Jameson?
Yeah, I've had Jameson before.
Jameson is good. That is good
As
alcohol.
long as
I've
it's
had this
not.
other bourbon that was like really
As long as it's
good, but I can't
not
remember.
Conor McGregor's shitty fucking whiskey. It's so fucking trash.
Guys, it's bad.
And you
Listen.
you get the fake UFC fighters that love it, and it's
If you want,
garbage
They're just promoting it.
whiskey.
They
It's
have-
the
they're probably
worst Scotch
invested.
I've ever had. It's
this
terrible.
is just my opinion, and I have no place giving it because I'm poor as shit.
That's okay.
So I think if there's an upscale drink that you want to get fucked up on, I think it should be Black Label.
Black Label, well, Johnny Walker Black.
I had that one New Year's Eve and couldn't find my pants the next morning for 3 hours.
See the red. So the red label was made literally for mixing. So they
Yeah?
started to go up to different colors. Yeah, no, red is literally just for mixing. So if
Okay.
you see someone trying to pretend to be like, I got Johnny Walker, it's like it's $22 a bottle, you dick. Like,
Jesus
shut
Christ.
up. No, it's made, they literally made that just for mixing.
I was gonna say Fireball costs more than that.
Yeah, it's garbage.
For God's sakes.
So it's their basic. It's a good find, yeah, sure, but it's like. Yes, but
wanna-
all the other Johnnies are really good. Like from black to blue to green to gold to platinum. There's so many different Johnny Walkers.
you want to know a good mix I really liked when I was 19?
Semen.
Sure, that'll go good with any type of alcohol. I bet.
Semen and orange juice.
Yeah, talk about a white Russian.
See, semen and Fireball, it'll have like
white German.
Yeah. Oh no.
semen and Fireball. It has a nice sweet mixture.
Jesus.
Cinnamon flavored semen.
As
It's
long
great.
as they've eaten pineapple.
Oh,
Nah, honestly, I really liked Angry Orchard and Fireball.
you know why they wouldn't do that study? I know you're talking about the pineapple. They say your semen
Yeah,
tastes
it
like
makes you-
pineapple.
yeah.
The reason I found why do I know this? The reason they never did that study is because you're not gonna find they couldn't have the legally get 10 girls or guys taste the semen and see if it's if it's pineapple. So they never did the
It must
study.
be,
so
it must
like
be a self-study.
yeah, so they never did that study because they would never be able to get consent of that. That's all.
Angry Orchard and Fireball.
Unless
is
it's
Random,
why.
sorry.
Angry Orchard and Fireball. If you haven't done it, take notes. I'm just
Angry
kidding.
Orchard and Fireball. So spicy apple. That actually sounds good.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I was gonna say it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it.
Dude, I just like there's just so much. There's just so much alcohol, man. Like just like how there's so much weed. It's just like I like to keep to the basics.
Well, that's why I'm a wine. Like, Ren, I have drinks, but mostly for friends, like a beer fridge for my friends. But I love wine, and like I said, that's like to when I cook, to celebrate, enjoy life, like to chill out on. I like wine, but I used, everyone's done hard stuff, but I'm not even a huge fan of drinking. I like something about wine. It's just like the smell, learning where it's from, what the aromas, the knowing all
Wine
about
has like
wine.
a crazy culture to it.
Yeah, because it's not like you're just you're like enjoying it. You're like I said, it's a whole thing. I know it's kind of snobby to say.
It's not like White Claw.
No.
It's not like alcoholic
White
Starbucks.
Claw is when you're at the beach. Like
My
that's
God.
when I love.
A White Claw
Alcoholic
tasting
It's
is like
alcoholic
literally a day at the
Starbucks
beach.
is what it is.
My God.
If Starbucks should sponsor White Claw.
You know what's good?
That's right.
Truly's. Love Truly's.
That's the Boston.
I've
company
never
one.
had Truly's.
Awesome.
I've never had
Truly
Truly's.
is shit. No, I'm joking.
False.
It is
Falsely.
It is truly shit.
Yeah, sponsor me. Truly.
Wrong. You're both wrong. That's all I can say.
Sponsor me, because you are truly a piece of shit.
Truly sucks.
Truly's make me feel good, man. They're good. I love
Truly?
it. Truly.
Truly.
Truly, they do.
I forget the one. Oh God, what's the name? It's the other one. I can't think of the name.
You guys ever have a Bear Grylls?
The guy who
Have I?
fights nature.
You ever have his drink?
You make it sound like he was on Naked and Afraid.
He makes drinks.
Yeah, he makes a drink.
I'm not trying that.
It's
It's probably his piss.
It is. It's a whole bottle.
That's what I'm saying. It's his piss. That's
But
what
it's
he-
fermented, so
If
it's
you need to
it's really-
survive,
it's
here's
not
a
really a
camping
drink. It's jankum. You open it and you huff it and you get high. off
If you're on,
Bear Grylls.
if you're on Naked and Afraid, sniff and drink this. You have two choices: me or R. Kelly.
jankum. Oh yeah.
You have two choices when you're on Naked and Afraid: me or R. Kelly.
You're either
Take your
naked
pick.
or you're afraid. Pick one.
I don't like being both. I'd rather be
Bear Grylls or R. Kelly. Take your pick.
Oh, not him. Oh, then that's piss. All right, R. Kelly's piss.
Oh God.
Only because I at least know what he probably eats. Because Bear Grylls
Probably eating
probably
good.
eating
That's what
Tag
you
in. It was a hot take. I'll take that as a hot take. Tag in.
Hot take.
Tag in.
But of course, you wouldn't be willfully drinking this piss.
He's tagging in and taking
Bro, with
the
the right,
piss.
with the right attitude, I'll fucking do it.
Tagging in, taking the piss on it. I love it.
Well, we have a surprise for you. R. Kelly, come on out here.
Yeah,
Isn't
right.
he in jail? He should.
Well,
be.
we cut some strings.
Piece of shit.
We
Should
were
be in
supposed
jail.
to have a guy on here called Craig Shoemaker. I call him Mr. Payless.
He's a cobbler. I'm
Does
just
that name
kidding.
sound familiar?
He's a comic based
Schumacher.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say I heard it. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a comic book guy?
So no, he's a stand up comedian.
Uh,
But he tours nationally, headlines.
Yeah, I know. Chris.
We had him on Big Boy Sports one time, and he was doing a weekend out here. So I was like, yo, let me try to get this guy on the show, see if I can meet him, stuff like that. Unfortunately, he had a flight back on Thursday, so he wasn't able to make it. So, Mr. Payless, I hope you're doing well.
Mr. Pay.
Everybody loves to pay less for your shows. I'm just kidding. Nah, he's a good guy, man. But nah, he's done a lot of TV shows. You know he did something for Cow and Chicken.
what did he
Remember that-
do?
Remember
Yeah, I
that
love
show
that
when we
show.
were
Like
real
literally
young?
cows and chickens.
No, like the cartoon Cow and Chicken. You know that one?
I
did-
thought he like. I
He
thought
did say
like.
he was born in '87. This is a little. This is
No,
a little
you
Bro,
should've-
I
it's
thought
a
he
90s
did like
cartoon.
something like he was a like. I thought he was like an activist for chickens and cows. Like, you
No,
got me
no.
really like what the
you
fuck?
should know. It's a 90s cartoon, unless you
Big-
didn't watch
No,
the cartoon.
what?
big
it?
meat
Yeah.
guy. Maybe he could be a guest.
Maybe like late 90s? Yeah, it was a
What
cartoon.
network was it on?
I think
Cartoon
it's
Network.
I never watched.
Yeah.
I watched Nickelodeon.
That's why.
Fuck Disney. I
damn,
every
bro.
kid that watched Disney was fucking weird, and they
See?
still are today.
So you were a big Hey Arnold kid.
Okay, I think Hey Arnold was overrated. Watching it now, so I started doing this thing
It is a little
on
bit.
Here's a hot take.
on Hulu. I started watching all the shows I started watching when I was young, and what was funny, what wasn't. Angry Beavers holds up. Doug doesn't hold up. Doug is a
Angry
fucking
Beavers, I
loser.
love that.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold.
What's not good about Doug?
I guess it
Just
wasn't
stupid.
really. Yeah, it was just stupid. It wasn't really funny as I thought it was.
Just kind of there.
They're literally listening to a stupid blue dog bark, and they can pretend they know what he's saying.
Rugrats
like,
is
in
only
Family
great
Guy,
because of
Brian
conspiracy
talks.
theories.
That's what I was saying. Rugrats is weird, and I kind of like that.
Are you a fan of Family Guy?
So I used to until South Park ruined me. Because every single time people's like, you think that's weird? Remember when they ate the semen from Adolf Hitler in a kabooey?
I love
and
how
you're
he-
like, what? And then they show what happens, and it's like, okay, that's the next joke.
I love how he comes on a fat guy show with the red shirt and he goes straight to the Cartman voice. No fucking hesitation.
guys.
That's pretty good.
Fuck you, Kyle. So, like, I used to really like Family Guy, but again, South Park ruined it because it is so repetitive, their jokes, which I get why it's funny, but it's just every time, oh, you thought that's bad. Remember when I raped Stewie and then he hit me in the head and I was like, oh.
It's like
And
incredibly.
then it shows it.
And then Peter
you're just
fights
like,
a
what are you doing?
chicken.
Yeah.
Ever since that happened, though, they've become so self-aware, and they're like playing on that gag.
So which ironically is funny, but I haven't honestly seen that show for. My newest thing is, I love Bob's Burgers, and I don't know why.
Oh, I watched the
can't-
movie the other day.
I can't explain why I love it. I think it's more of like
Everyone's
a
very
relaxation,
lovable.
and I get because it's cooking, so I guess I like it. But I still say South Park reigns all.
Not gonna lie.
I love South Park
Ameri-
for
I love South
everything, but everyone in Bob's Burgers is lovable.
It is, but SpongeBob I still love.
Not gonna lie, American Dad isn't that bad.
Fucking American Dad's awesome. I like that over Family Guy,
American Dad's pretty good.
which is sort of almost the same, but it's like I like it better because
take.
Roger
Hot
is
take.
funny as shit.
Oh my god.
Fucking love
Roger's just Andy Dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna-
wow, good point. I didn't think
He
about
just
that.
is, yeah.
It's gonna say-
Holy
Did you guys hear
shit,
about
I
it?
never thought about
Like,
that.
It's the new Bender from Futurama.
Okay, Futurama, yes.
Futurama
Bender
is fucking
still.
awesome.
So I was raised on George Carlin, Bender, Bart Simpson,
Nice.
and I'd
I like
say
this.
Richard Pryor.
These are the
probably.
four food groups of comedy.
Yes. So
Carlin, Pryor.
So while all my friends were
Simpson.
watching Cartoon
Eddie
Network,
Murphy's the goat. I
yeah,
just want to
I was listening to comedy. I was watching funny shit. That's what I'm saying. It's so different with sports and comedians. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Like before, what's this? Bill Cosby became a piece of shit. Like I liked him as a storyteller. He was funny. He was like, I like this. That's
When
why I
we
like
didn't know.
storytelling. Yeah. So like, yeah. So comedians.
Well, I mean,
were
his,
like,
Right.
I don't think his comedy wasn't reflecting his actions. He was
Well,
just
no
kinda
shit.
well, that's of
gifted.
course not.
Imagine.
I
What
put
if
a pill in her drink, Bob and the Boo.
What if he was making those jokes though? Would his career still be like kind of okay?
I think so. Because everybody would think they're jokes.
It, like, of course,
Yeah,
there'd be
but
like there
no,
more things,
because
but
joking is so because you can't
back
really.
then, you don't think?
So I know, like, if you're making jokes back then, people still get nailed for doing what's her fucking name? For doing blackface on certain skits. People get mad at everything and anything, and will pull back your whole history and pretend to get angry and mad at something you've done 20 years ago. Which, whether it was right or wrong, you learn and grow, and you're going for a fucking joke. It's not like you're saying like, "Oh, we should kill all these people," or "Oh yeah, we should do this," or like anything bad.
You didn't make a thing about it 20 years ago.
Yeah, like
That's-
it's a joke.
That's why everybody that I think gets offended at Dave Chappelle, if
Fuck
you've
them.
watched the Chappelle,
Fuck those people.
If you've watched the Chappelle show and you like it, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Bro,
Yeah.
one of the funniest shows, and again,
it's like that you didn't see that.
You
coming,
you
like
think
that
his
opinion?
you think the jokes he's telling now are bad? Go back and watch Chappelle show.
but I can't picture myself
Seriously.
getting angry at a joke. I haven't heard a joke I ever got offended at. Given that you can't really offend me, but I've never heard a joke where I'm like, I need everyone to hear why I'm mad, and I need to take off work, and I need to go to this place, go to Netflix and protest. Like, I don't have the time.
Go to
Two,
Netflix and protest.
like, I don't get
That's
it.
the worst place you could protest.
They had
Yeah.
multiple locations.
You didn't see that? Yeah, they hold all these fucking. They had a bunch of people go there and protest over some whatever the trans
How
shit
the
he
fuck
was.
do you protest on Netflix?
You didn't hear about this?
Well, I know they tried.
massive
I know they
protest
tried to get Chappelle canceled.
Yeah, and there was a protest at the building, literally.
Oh, at the building.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I mean. Netflix. They
I didn't know it was at
Not
the building.
virtually.
I didn't know the protest.
Yeah,
was
what
at the
use would
building.
that be?
I did not know that.
Dodge.
They
Dodge.
protested
Dodge.
over Zoom.
I know they wanted to get him
Disconnected.
canceled. I didn't.
No,
I,
these
I
little
knew there was a
pussies went to the
protest.
place.
I didn't know where.
and protested over a fucking joke. Like, it doesn't matter your feelings do not fucking matter when it comes to a joke. I'll never side with anyone who's offended by a joke. Like, it sucks because when you hear and see comedians being like promoting getting mad at jokes and saying you're not allowed to say this, fuck you. You're phony. Like, you should be supporting, whether you agree with it or not. You should always support not just the right to say it, but the attempt. Like Patrice O'Neill said, it's. You should always fight for the attempt. Everyone should be able to have the attempt at the joke. And if the joke fails, it's a failed joke.
It fucking fails.
That's it.
Yep.
Everybody
what I'm saying.
fails at a joke.
Yes.
You tried to tell Darren Jewish jokes.
I love Jewish shows. I'm
I
part
was,
Jewish.
I was reading from an email. My delivery wasn't so good.
Oh. Can I
was
hear
like
it?
It was pretty hilarious.
Honestly, I love jokes
I
that
didn't-
fail, and then it's even funnier sometimes.
It's like it's buried under my email. It's not happening.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Not going 0 for 2.
Or if you're Jewish, for what? 20
I didn't
million?
write them. They're like dad jokes.
I like it.
Sorry.
That was good. I appreciate that. It's okay, Mitch. Mitch,
Okay.
I love old jokes.
you know, we've talked about this.
Why the fuck
would
have I
you
been
ever
here so long?
would you ever do stand up? Like, have you thought about it at all since doing the show?
Yeah, stand up and going.
I've thought about it. I really I've thought about it, but like
I think
I don't
you
know.
should try it.
I'll tell you,
I-
this is the hardest thing I've ever tried. It's the hardest thing.
I mean, I don't know. I like music and drums. I was probably gonna do some open mics and like play my drums and squeeze in some like one-liners here and there. I don't really know. I think I would just use it as like an outlet. Yeah, seriously. I was
So
gonna,
you
like,
could be the best comic ever. You got your own fucking
do shit
rim
like
shot.
that. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a mixed thing. I just like to create and do whatever. It's not so much like going out and like being a comic as more like I think I might just like do it as like an outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because like I don't know.
It starts like that for a lot of people, though.
Yeah, you think I bombed here? You
I
should
mean,
see
like, don't get me
Hiroshima.
Because it's definitely like a hobby, and
Dumb
I have like
shit.
so many.
Then I went
fucking
over to
hobbies.
Nagasaki, and that was even worse.
Honestly, if you were the musician that bombed yourself and did the fucking rim, I would go see you. I would pay to hear an hour.
I'm gonna
just-
work on something. We'll see what comes
My
out.
favorite thing to say in New York on 9/11 is, "I hope I don't bomb."
Yikes!
So you know Louis
I
C.K.
had a show on September 12th, and I did
The
it
Louis
anyway.
C.K. joke where he jerks off in between both.
No.
buildings.
The funniest. Not even like he didn't make a 9/11 joke. It was he was talking about, and fuck everyone who was mad. I still like Louis C.K. So he was talking about.
Why'd
how-
you stand there and just instead of walk away?
Yeah, fuck them. Whatever. Anyway.
What?
So later, because I really do have to go. But I want to tell the story of why it was the funniest. Whether
Go
you,
for
I
it.
love this story. So he was talking about how he was like cheating on his wife or something. He didn't. He was all nervous that he was gonna get caught. So he's seeing like walking around with his daughter, just hanging out, and then he gets a phone call like, oh fuck, oh no, and she's like, yeah, oh my god, I found this. What the fuck is going on? And she going crazy. And he's like, oh my God, what? And he's like, did you see what happened on the World Trade Center? And he's like, oh my God, thank God 9/11 happened. I thought you were calling because you found out I cheated like on you. Oh
my God.
That was so funny. It's like, well, he's like,
Just
he almost
gave
got
it away himself.
He's like, oh, thank God 9/11 happened. I thought it was you caught me cheating. But 9/11 happened. Oh, fuck them.
Thank God. That's
Like one of the
crazy.
fun.
I thought I was gonna have to tell you it wasn't what it looks like,
Yeah.
but now I can hide the fact that I did it in the first
Oh,
place.
fuck the building. Oh, thank God you didn't find out. Like, him telling that was the funniest. Like, I had a friend who died in that. So,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
it
fuck
does
the
hurt.
building. Thank God you didn't find
Yeah.
out.
You had a
Someone
friend.
else.
You had a friend that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
oh, this is
That's
when I
crazy.
was a kid. We went to the same football camp, and I found out his dad was there, and he was there. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Oh, my
I was
God.
sad. Oh no, I was sad when that happened. When I actually found out, because I found out years later. I started looking at the names, and then I had his email because you used to give your email back in the day.
Right.
Emailed, got nothing. I finally looked him up. Yeah, so
That's crazy.
he's a motherfucker.
That's
Oh
crazy.
man.
Bro, I mean, Mark Wahlberg was supposed to be on that plane,
Right. Yeah, dude.
and he actually canceled because he had some other obligation. It was real. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yo, you want to hear something? Have you ever heard of Art All Night that goes on in Trenton?
What all night?
Art All Night.
Art. A-R-T.
Art- Yeah, A-R-T.
Okay.
So,
Art. You're saying art.
Jesus Christ, bitch.
Fart.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
What is art all night?
It's an event that they do in the city of Trenton where a lot of people come with their art. My dad did it once.
Not shoot each other for once. Sorry. Sorry, Trenton.
It's about that.
I'm new to Trenton. Sorry.
About that.
Yes.
So, but my dad did it once, and, basically paintings and different types of art are shown from 3 in the afternoon the first day till 3 in the afternoon the second day. It's a 24-hour thing.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like.
But one year, I think it was 2019, I was supposed to go. I was going late at night, actually. And there was a shooting there
I wasn't far off.
around 3 o'clock in the morning, pretty close to when I was supposed to go.
Holy shit.
And what ended up happening is the friend I was supposed to go with didn't answer his phone, so I just went home.
Oh boy.
So ended up avoiding disaster that night.
Holy shit. What about your friend? Did he go?
Oh, he's
No,
dead.
He was asleep.
Oh fuck. That's what I,
I thought-
thought.
yeah, that's what I'm like,
I was
Dead for
like,
about 8 hours.
But it would have been funny.
You're like, I called
oh, no,
my
he got
friend,
shot. He's dead.
and he's
Yeah, but
like-
I had the best sleep of my life.
Oh yeah, I slept
I
great.
called my friend and answered. I was
Like
like,
a
damn.
fucking
I hope he
log.
calls me back.
I
That's
slept like
crazy.
his dead body, just staying still.
I just woke back up.
Unlike
John.
him- Unlike him.
I hate to end this early, but I'm probably gonna have to get going.
Everything
Yeah, I
okay?
gotta-
I have to. I have this early morning meeting for work.
got a meeting at
and I
work?
yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You should definitely give me your info though. This
Yeah,
is
of
fun.
course,
I
yeah, of
enjoyed
course.
this. Do you still want to have a show here after this show?
No, fuck yeah. No, I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring some good people here. I'm going to I'm gonna get some good drinks and foods around here. I'm not gonna.
I'm
care if
excited, man.
someone's Mad, but
I'm excited to do nothing and see it on YouTube because that's all I can do.
yeah, we
Is this being uploaded to YouTube?
His show will be, I believe.
well,
my show
I'm
is.
doing Spotify. Event like as many things I can to put it on. So
That makes sense.
yeah, I want to get all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Heck yeah.
I was gonna
So-
say, I gotta ask Ruben. There was a sports show on around the same time yours was.
Do you have anything to plug?
Wednesday I'm shooting for, and it's not gonna be 4 or 6. So I have to, we have to figure out what I have to figure it all out because I'm looking for my. I have to wait on my the co-host I'm looking for. He's got a big food show, so
Oh,
hoping
sweet.
to get him on, and then I'll be good. So
Do you have anything
Yeah.
else to plug? That it?
no, I think I don't even know the name of the show. It's either gonna be Food, Brews, and News, or I'm gonna think of some other show name. But
Gotcha.
I think I want a Food, Brews, and News. So.
Food Brews and News is a
good.
simple name.
I like it. FBN
FBN.
Yeah.
at 9.
Welcome here to the FBN. But
right.
anyways, that is it for Hot Tag Takes here on Hamilton Radio with our impromptu special guest, who I had no fucking idea was even in a meeting with Ruben before 20 minutes before I came on the show.
Yeah.
I called Ruben. He's like, "Hey, I'm in a meeting." I was like, "Since when?" But anyways, it was a pleasure, man. Really, really enjoyed it.
course.
Thank you for doing this show last minute.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate
My
having
girlfriend will
you.
be mad, but oh well.
All right.
You can still cook her something.
Tell her where I was.
Midnight snack.
Tag out.
Yeah, let's tag out. Be back 2 weeks. Take it easy, y'all.
The facts of life. The facts of life. There's a time you gotta go and show you grow, and now you know about the facts of life. The facts of